Hello, I'm Michaela, and this is my review of Paper Butterflies by Lisa Heathfield. This book is about a young girl called June whose mother dies and she's left to live with her dad and stepmother, who gives her a lot of abuse and also has to deal with being bullied at school and being black in a place where nobody else is really the same colour as her or experiencing the same things as she is. Now, this book started off very slowly, but once you start reading, you can't stop, even though the plot is a rather dark one. And even still, it's one of those books that you can't really say that you liked. Even though it is a good book, you can't really say it's good in the normal respect because it's a different kind of good, with the subject matter in this one. The writing in this is pretty basic, but I think that benefits the book in so many ways because not only is it easy to understand for the audience it's meant for, like teenagers, but it helps you to comprehend what's going on and to take it in a little bit more and a little easier, despite what it's about. I absolutely loved June. I thought she was a lovely girl and all the way through, even though she was experiencing quite a lot of shit, basically. But I also liked a boy called Blister in this, who befriended her quite early on in the book and was basically the only person that she had to talk to because her dad didn't really look hard enough to see the problem, and Blister could see and he knew, not just because she'd mentioned some things, but I think he would have realised there was more to it than what she was telling her throughout the book. But his character was lovely and I loved him too. But apart from Blister, his family were great and they were really the only characters that were worth any breath in the book. The rest of them were all worthless and not very nice, really, including the school kids that picked on June. And the ending of this book was very different to what I expected it to be. Because you always root for June to do well and to get out of the hole that has been dug for her by a stepmother. And unfortunately, things don't quite go the way you want them to with June, but you still root for her anyways, regardless of what goes on in the book. And it's not a bad way for the book to turn, but you want it to be different. But luckily, it's not disappointing or anything. It's just a turn that you didn't expect. So this book was a difficult one to judge, just because it deals with child abuse rather than anything else. It's good, but not in the normal way you'd expect it to be good, because child abuse isn't something that you really call good. But it was an interesting read, to say the least. And I can definitely recommend to all people, but just to give warning, it does have things that can trigger some problems because of child abuse and what all of that stuff can entail. So I do give you plenty of warning for that, but overall the book was very good and I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads.